Hi, my name is Glenn Story. I'm the founder and CEO of Patriot Mobile. I'd love for you to learn more about Patriot Mobile, www.patriotmobile.com/Gene V. More importantly, I'd like you to be a subscriber to his show. I mean, his Truthcast is amazing. And if you get to listen to some of them, you'll never go back. I really encourage you to come watch it.
Throughout history, the spirit of patriotism has prevailed. The battles may have changed, but the values remain the same. Today, in 2024, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment where the call for unity, freedom, and a better future echoes louder than ever. For more than 10 years, Patriot Mobile has been committed to supporting the values that make our nation great. With affordable plans and reliable nationwide coverage, Patriot Mobile is not just a wireless service. It's a call to action for those who believe in the American dream. Because this year is not just any year, it's the most important year since our nation's founding. Choose a wireless carrier that shares your values. Choose Patriot Mobile.
To Daybreak with Ted Tibbett and Michael Paul. If you'd like to call us, our new studio line is 268-1017. Our email is newstalk107.1@gmail.com.
7:16, 60 minutes after 7 o'clock, Ted and Michael, and we're joined by the top of the tool bag, the Velvet Hammer, Gene Valentino.
Hey, good morning, Gene.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Ted.
The Velvet Hammer.
The Velvet Hammer has returned. Some people take one-a-day vitamins. I see Michael Pohl and Ted Tibbett.
That's right. Well, it's good to see you. I know we missed you last week, and you didn't give us much notice, which I need to talk to you about that. That is in your contract that you're supposed to give us 48 hours notice. But
I'm sorry about that.
Quickly, you went to New York. You are a regular contributor now on Newsmax, and Ted and I feel like that we are a big part of that because we have actually trained you how to do this. And so, tell us what happened.
Oh, it was an excellent experience. The trip initially was on the 2nd or 3rd of April for the purpose of the IPO, the initial public offering of Newsmax stock. They had two series. One was an announcement of about $150 million, which was under a format called a convertible note, which is part of the Securities Exchange Commission 144 rules. And then there was a second offering for an additional $75 million more. The first offering went from $150 million up to $225 million. Bottom line, Newsmax raised last week $300 million and then opened on the market. The stock opened at about $10 a share, and within a day or two, it was up to $240 a share. So
wow,
it came back down pretty much, and there were a lot of restrictions that prevented everybody from selling right away. There's some securities exchange rules in that regard. Bottom line is it's a pretty stable growth stock that I think is going to surprise Fox News. Their capitalization rate right now today is almost $9 billion. That's more money than Fox News. So Chris Ruddy, the CEO of Newsmax, has made some strategic plays in taking an infancy of a company that was working hand in glove and, in one or two rooms very modestly, and growing it not only in what I would call the broadcast television side, but in the social media side and now the streaming side. They have really morphed into a viewership that exceeds CNN and is nip and tuck with just shoulder to shoulder with the Fox News. It's really taken off. I'm proud to be associated with it. They asked me to stay a few extra days up there. When I did, I was brought into several different shows. In the course of three extra days, I was a guest on 10 times on different shows on the Newsmax networks. So it was really quite an experience and quite a lot of fun.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, and thank you for updating us on why you missed the show last week. We appreciate that. You know, so much going on. I guess we could start out this week. We started with the tariffs. The president put 145% tariff on China because why? Because China has been screwing us for how many years? Decades. And we've allowed it to happen. And I'm just curious what you think about this and how this is going to affect us here in the United States and the world economy.
Well, it's interesting to note that Donald Trump has known since the beginning, and we should all have seen it as well, that China is the bully in the room. Not Donald Trump, China. China's been a bully not only to the United States, but to other nations of the world. Admittedly, it's our fault. We let them do it. And we're now fixing that problem. If China tries to think that they're going to hold us hostage, they might have a temporary gain on us regarding pharmaceuticals, rare earth minerals, and batteries, AI in particular, and the whole conversation with TikTok. These areas are what I would call temporary reprieves for China, but China's got no second bench or backup plan. China is stuck. We have raised the tariffs on them, and they know that if we don't buy their products, their billions of people in that nation are going to turn on Xi Jinping and cause more chaos in China than we have ever experienced here in the United States. And I'll add to this, the inflationary issues that we worry about here pale in comparison to what's going on right now in China. China is in deep trouble because they became a bully too fast. And their caustic, arrogant attitude is now something they're paying for. We are a nation with a different kind of system. It's not an autocratic communist, the plebiscites working hard to keep the elite rich. No, to the contrary. We are a nation where the workforce is the main force. The workforce is we the people. And we the people have stepped up. We react a little slower than I would like at times to the crisis. But did we not say, Michael, on this very show, years ago, that we would witness firsthand the complete collapse and meltdown of the Democrat Party and their social autocratic Marxist attitude towards and vision of what government should be? Where did they get that thinking? It's from China, because they were being paid off by China. They were being favored by China. Well, that checkbook and well has run dry. And what you see in the rank and file around Donald Trump, not one, not two standouts. I see a team of people ready to eviscerate not only the Biden administration, but the hundreds, if not thousands, of deep state operatives around him that have worked hard at promoting not only Joe Biden's checkbook, but theirs as well. No, China's concept and surprise for them is that they didn't realize or understand that the rebound in America would occur, and that it would be as pervasive as it is today. We are watching in real time the collapse not only of the Democratic Party internally in the United States, is my point, but we're watching worldwide the collapse of an autocratic communist regime that finds itself in trouble when hundreds of nations from around the world are now wanting to strike a deal with Donald Trump. Why? Who do they trust? They just wanted leadership, consistency, a vision, strength, moral and ethical behavior. They know America is built with that fiber. They know China is not. And as a consequence, we are finally witnessing in plain view nations from around the world stacking up, literally a waiting line to get in to see Trump now, to get down to a trade settlement on these tariffs. And boy, Michael, we are going to experience the biggest, the most robust injection of economic opportunity for this nation. The Gen Zers out there, if you're listening, you're pretty damn lucky, because this is swinging back in your favor. And as the months and years go by, you're in the driver's seat. You can pick a trade that you want to jump into and make a real good income. You can actually take a pick at whatever it is you want to do in terms of a career path opportunity. Michael, I could not be happier coming back from New York after being with the Newsmax and having had the chance to be on their team and listen to them talk about these kinds of issues. There's a lot of people out there with pent-up anger that are looking for justice. Oh, by the way, they're ready to come after Trump on one or two points just to and who's the new victim? Elon Musk has taken the bullets now for Trump. But what about this auto pen issue? All of the signatures of Joe Biden during the last 4 years. How many were his really? If I was a congressional candidate, if I was in Congress or in the Senate, I would be studying the mental capacity and capability of Joe Biden. Was he cognizant, and did he know what he was signing? What was he signing, and did he know it over the last 4 years? These pardons may be null and void.
Could be questionable. Let me ask you this, though. How do you really prove that? You know, I mean, they sort of have you over a barrel, because how do you really know for sure?
Well, you don't. The only thing you know is the computer itself signed it. The question is, did Joe Biden authorize it? And that is what I'm told from the legal experts. When I was up in New York, I asked someone you may know, Alan Dershowitz. He was sitting at the table, and his opinion was it all has to do with Biden's ability to testify under oath that he authorized that signature to be real. If he did, the auto pen signature is valid. Well, between us guys and gals, how many of those hundreds of signatures do you think he was actually signing when he was on the beach falling into a coma in the middle of the day?
Yeah, I agree. And, back to Democrats, here's the funny thing about it, Gene. Ted used to be a treasurer or something with the Democrat Party here locally. My family were all Democrats. We grew up in a union town back when Democrats were the party of the working people. And, I voted for Democrats. I was a Democrat at one time. But the Democrat Party has gotten so off kilter that it has just pushed people away, and they're pushing people away even more and more and more. When I saw them at one of the rallies, I believe it was in Washington, D.C., holding up signs that said, socialism, not fascism. Oh. I knew I had made the right choice to move away from the Democrat Party.
Well, the Dixie Democrats. I came down from Connecticut 35 years ago, and as a young boy prior, my dad was a Democrat as well. He switched to Republican during the Reagan era, but he was always boasting about how conservative the Democrat Party was, a party of the working class and the people. Sure, it had its bad alliances and associations with the Ku Klux Klan, Jim Crow issues, and other things, but nonetheless, it was by its very nature a very conservative party. That went out the window post-Vietnam, and what we saw is a complete hemorrhage now. Are you telling me that the best the Democrats have for a potential new campaign election is this Jasmine Crockett, AOC, and maybe the return of Kamala Harris. I'm giggling, Michael. Bring it on, baby. If that's all you got, if that's all you got, the Republicans are assured another reelection.
I agree with you 100%. That makes it for us. We're out of time now, but thank you so much for joining us. I think that's very interesting what you had to say about China and, of course, the Democrat Party, because we both were Democrats at one time. And so, speak with the truth. This is the truth. They've turned into something that we never agreed with. So anyway, thanks, Gene. Have a great weekend. See you next week.
Best to you, buddy.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to announce the next generation of energy drinks, Rev 7. It has no sugar and no caffeine. Instead, Rev 7 uses Go BHB. Go BHB is one of the body's primary ketones, and it provides the most efficient and clean fuel that your body needs. It also helps you stay energized all day with no crashes. Not only that, it produces 3 times more brain energy than sugar, which helps boost your memory, focus, and mental sharpness. It also helps reduce stress and helps balance your mood. Rev 7 does all that while being the best tasting energy drink ever. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% today. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7. For a limited time, you get our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. I drink Rev 7 every day, and I absolutely love it, and so will you.